Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my little love bugs. It's Michelle the Oracle coming at you live again today. Today is Wednesday. I think it's July the 17th. It's the day after the lunar eclipse yesterday, which came at the tail end or the flip side of a solar eclipse that we had 2 weeks ago on the 2nd of July. Been getting a lot of messages from friends, people that follow me, everyone, just humans in general, that are feeling the heaviness. And I'm right there with you. That's why I'm not on camera today. Not that it's bad, it's just, I can feel it. It's the energy's a little dragging. It's a little dark. It's a little scary. It brings on some anxiety, but then it brings euphoria and freedom, with that suffering. I keep hearing the Steve Miller song, Jet Airliner, that line, big old jet airliner carrying me to my home. There's a line in there that says you have to go to hell or through hell before you get to heaven. And is that what's happening? Is in order to ascend to something higher for us humans? Do we have to turn ourselves inside out to disconnect, to let go, to detach from all the anxiety and fear that we are feeling presently? There's a lot to contemplate about that. I have the good old Rider Waite tarot deck. This deck is my beloved heart. It's the very first deck I ever purchased, and it sat on a shelf for a very long time before I got out of my own way and picked it up. Since then, my life has changed because of this little deck. And it's funny because this deck is rooted in tradition. And there's this strength card. Because this deck is rooted in tradition. And traditions are lovely, but we came to this planet to evolve, to let go. Not to disrespect those traditions, totally love them. But if we get stuck there, then you miss the next course. You miss the next entree. You miss the next possibility. And especially if your humans stay stuck because of family or environment or, programming, whatever y'all want to call it. It's all the same stuff. That's why I love that the strength card is right here, because this doesn't imply strength. I mean, that's really easy to do. I could get right in front of you in the camera right now and puff up my chest and do my hair in an intimidating way and put on some stuff and get in the camera and go, huh, I'm strong. But no, the strength card actually represents the nature of all of us, that we're eternal beings. We're immortal souls. We are something that's not even this suit or this animal or even this stuff. It's actually all of it. It's all the same thing. When we get stuck in tradition, or this is how it's always been, or this is the way it's always going to have to be, this thing stops. Like the lion gets frustrated and she gets scared and all kinds of chaos starts to happen. Once we start doubting this eternal connection that we have to whatever you call it, I don't call it anything for you particular. But this card of strength is representative of a fearlessness, a consciousness, that information that so many humans that have been on this planet seem to have been born with, a knowledge and awareness. I am an immortal soul. There is a light in me, and it's not that I'm strong. I mean, that's meaning we're resisting this truth when we puff off our chest and declare I'm sovereign. There's one thing to declare it with a puffy chest, but to actually sit with it and know it, no matter what the universe brings you, a hungry lion or a crazy volcano or an earthquake or a human being, whatever. It's like projecting this essence of a truth. I'm an eternal being. I'm an eternal soul in this temporary meat suit. I created this reality, so why should I be scared? Why should I back down? Why should I resist the sovereignty of this place you, of that, of all of it. It's all the same thing. Anyway, we're going to do a Ride the Wave. That was our opening message. I'm going to do a Ride the Wave. Ride the Wave with me is 3 cards. The first one represents where we are getting on the wave. Second card is up on top. Third is coming out. Because I've been hearing from all of you in messages and feeling you all in my heart, I really hope Spirit gives us a peaceful message. Not a perfect message, but a peaceful one. To heal something properly, you sometimes have to rip off the wound, Any of you Game of Throners remember that episode where Jorah had Sam did that risky type of thing to get rid of his little grayscale, and like he did that horrible process of peeling off his scales, and he's like, bite down on this because this shit's gonna hurt. And even Sam was drinking, right? Same thing, like that strength card. Like, yeah, this is going to be really uncomfortable. It might, peeling away tradition, allowing certain truths to go away. Ugh, it scares the bejesus out of me, and yeah, it hurts. But to get to that new skin that Jorah had underneath that grayscale, Sam and him had to work together to do something painful and gross. I can't even watch that scene. Like, I have to fast forward through that because I can't even watch that, but I totally get it because that's what the spiritual journey is like. Here, bite down on this because we're about to, no anesthesia, nothing. I'm just going to take this knife and start to have at you. But it's going to reveal something. It's going to bring about a new something that this deck's ready. She just kind of stopped. It's going to bring about a new something, a new skin. I can't even tell you what, it's so new. I don't even know. You know what I mean? So this Ride the Wave, may it bring peace to you wherever you're at in your space and time. I'm going to pull the top 3 cards to Ride the Wave. Okay, so going in, the 4 of Cups. This is where we are going in. Let me bring this closer. Right there should work. Second card at the top of the wave, the Magician card. There's that eternal sign again, just like the Strength card had. And then the third card as we're coming out of this energy, the 2 of Swords. I always look at the bottom of the deck because what's at the bottom is what's fueling the whole thing. And there's the Ace of Wands, and there's the Hermit, who carries the Ace of Wands. The Hermit's journey, it's what we all are. Heaven on earth. All the planets that are at the 17-degree mark. Heaven on earth. The Hermit, the consciousness being woken in all the humans, and all of us finding our purpose, like not the one that our parents told us. You're not just here to carry on a legacy of Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so who had this career and lived in this neighborhood and made this much money. No, you are all starting to find out your stank, your mission, your purpose, that gift, that reason, and it's scaring the bejesus out of you because it's coming from somewhere that you've been resisting your whole life, and that's within you. That's what the Hermit knows. He finds that light within himself. I mean, it looks easy, right? Yeah, let's just peel off that skin, Joa. No problem. No, shit, man, that stuff hurts. That stuff hurts, especially to find this, because this is truth. It ain't what your pastor told you. It ain't what your parents told you. It's not even what I might be telling you. This is your own actual spiritual truth and legacy. And that's what's underneath this wave. This is what your consciousness, our own light wants us to know right now. Spirit is handing you stuff. And it might look scary because we've lied about it. We've suppressed this stuff. We've let other people tell us what this is. And what this is won't allow that to happen anymore. This consciousness has been in a pressure cooker long enough, and it's blowing its lid, man. I mean, talk about volcano. Consciousness is like, okay, I'm done with you people suppressing me, holding me back, not allowing me into your heart, into your life, and into each other. It's all the same thing. Anyway, that's what this is all about. Wands, spirituality. I don't want to get lost in it. This is just a truth I know in myself, and I can't tell you guys what it is. You all have your own. That's what the Hermit knows. That's why it's so damn beautiful. That's why it's such a gift. Yours is different, but not really, than mine, you know? And it's awesome. And we should all talk about it and share it, because when I talk to other humans about theirs, mine starts to get tickled. And then so does theirs, and ours expands together. That's consciousness. It starts to evolve because of the energy, you know, without judgment, without, well, you're wrong and I'm right. You know, the Hermit knows better than that. I'm not going to get stuck in some kind of conversation or argument with some hoo-ha who can't even figure out why they feel what they feel right now. You know what I mean? The Hermit would never sit, not because it doesn't love that human. It just understands that human's going around in a circle, trying to figure out its tail. And the thing is, it doesn't want to stop and actually look at its tail and figure out where did that come from. Talking about leaving traditions, you know, letting go of that old earth and allowing heaven on earth to come through you, through your human, in whatever way that means, and then living that. It's awesome. Love this message. Even if it doesn't resonate for anybody that watches today, like, this message is resonating for me. And that's what matters for all of you. That's all that matters for all of you light workers, light people, all of you things. That's all that matters, is this, your truth. What you know and feel to resonate. It doesn't make you a dick unless you come on the outside and start yakking at everyone like, this is the way it has to be done and my way is the way and but yeah, well, I don't know. You know, again, I'm not going to get sucked up into that conversation. It's a waste of my time. Not that I don't love those people, and it looks like that's what's happening. Like, getting onto the surfboard today, look at, this is where the humans are. The Four of Cups is all about feeling abandoned, rejected. You don't love me. And to be honest with you, all humans feel this about this. You don't get me. You don't love me. You're not there for me. You don't love me like they all tell me, like I feel like you do. Like, there's all kinds of games with this thing. And again, what is this thing, Michelle? Well, I don't know. You go find out what the hell I'm talking about. You look inside yourself. What does she mean, self? And they'll answer you. You might not like the answer. Trust me. Jorah didn't want to see that new skin because it was going to hurt, but I really do. I really do. So getting on the wave, you know, you're all dealing with this feeling of abandonment by your own spiritual center, by your own spiritual core. I'm not even going to be like your parents, your partner, your siblings. Those are just, you know, those are just little pieces of the disease. The real disease is this, that you feel like something that's here all around you all the time, listening to you, feeling you, doesn't love you. The Four of Cups represents the ultimate feeling of abandonment from yourself, because that's what this is. That's what the Hermit finds out. Hey, it was me all along? Right on. I'll die with that. I'm good with that. However you want to prosecute me, that's fine. This is where you are, getting on that. So see these three cups in front? Talk about tradition. That's the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a very ancestral card, right? You don't love me because you've never loved me. Because this always happens to us. Whatever that story is, remember, these are emotions, temporary feelings. Little things that are supposed to swim by. And look, here's this one cup being offered to this human. You know, love, openness, vulnerability, acceptance. Something different than what your ancestors did. And look at us. No, but I don't want this either. So, excuse us. So to get to this, I have to strip off that old grayscale. I've got to bite down hard on something and actually look at all these ancestral woundings emotionally, what they've programmed me to believe about myself, about my relationship with that thing, my relationship with this place. You know, this thing, this tree is always there, the giving tree, it's always there until it has nothing else to give. But even then, it still has a trunk, it has roots, it has something here to offer you, to give you, to love you with. Stop and take a moment to accept it. I know it's hard. It's because you want it so bad. It's because you want acceptance and love from this thing. It's because you want to feel free. It's because you want to fulfill your destiny. It's because you want to do all this stuff. And the thing is, to be able to do that, you're going to have to peel away the reasons why you haven't, or your family hasn't, or the humans haven't, whatever. I mean, we're all in the same boat together in this. You're not separate from me. So, going in on that wave, that's where you are. The ultimate feeling of rejection, of love. And understand this human, I'm not mad at this human for resisting this. I've done it too. I've resisted love from other humans, my divine, everything, nature. That hurts, right? But it's not true. You're loved. Michelle the Oracle says it in all of her posts. You are loved. The thing you want so much, let it come in. Put your arms down. Grab that. It's really beautiful. On the top of the wave, the energy that spirit, this thing for you, that's inside you, remember, it's got its own light. I'm glad that reflect is on there. Look, that light that's in you, right? Okay. At the top of that wave, what they want you to know is this. I am earth, air, fire, and water. I'm an eternal soul in this temporary human casing. I'm surrounded by beauty and ugly and thorns and good-smelling things and bad-smelling things. And I know by this red coat that all those truths to be real. But I wear this white in my head and in my heart because I choose peace in all that knowledge. Because I know what all those ingredients together do and what it causes, the bliss and the havoc, the wonderment and the chaos. We know. And they want you to be aware of this up on top. You are the magician. You hold for your own journey, and Spirit's there the whole time. Do you love me? Do you trust me? I'm right here. You want to accept this? You ready to let go of that old martyr, that feeling, that whatever. You want to come up here? You want to feel connected? Heaven and earth. One hand up. Not that that's where heaven is. This might not even be where earth is. I mean, who knows? I'm the magician. I'm earth, air, fire, and water. So I'm all of it. On the top of the wave, just know this and see the peace that you feel. Even coming off of such an emotional card, I was feeling so emotional. I didn't want to press pause, but my human here, Michelle, was feeling emotional, and this brought a peace, and yellow always brings about my solar plexus where my own divine talks and lives and breathes and brings me, warmth. And guides me with my own intuition and gut instincts, whatever the human used to call it. But this is the connection to the force, what you are, that thing inside. So up on top, know this. Yeah, it may look a certain way, but look for the roses. Take a breath, take a whiff. There might be a bee, even thank that bee, right? Those things that we thought were such buggeries and we tried to kill them and now we need them so much. The enemy isn't always the enemy. It's a necessity in this. You can't exclude them no matter what they are. No matter what they are. Maybe they can't love. Maybe they can't accept. Maybe they can't let go. Maybe they are having a hard time in their heart. The magician understands that because to get to this point, the magician had to do that. Energy coming out of that wave, no matter what is coming out of your wave, like if you're cowabunga and woohoo, hands to the sky, or like holding onto the board for dear life and screaming and crying, whatever. This actually does tell you it's your choice, like literally. That's what the Two of Swords tells you. Coming out of that wave, well, it's your choice, beloved. But the Two of Swords tells us, tap into that yellow, tap into that solar plexus. She is focused in her gut right now. All I can tell you about this Two of Swords, the traditional Rider-Waite, I wouldn't walk up on this bitch. All I can tell you, I would not walk up on this bitch because I can tell you she's tapped in. Her emotions, that crescent moon is letting me know her emotions are not even in the way of this thing. That's why her eyes are shut. She's like, I don't even care if you're my best friend, my mother, a politician. I don't care who you are. If I feel here that you do not resonate with this journey of love, ascension, oneness, and growth, whoosh. I mean, she takes you out. I mean, she wouldn't take me out, but still, I mean, if my human had a vibration of anything like this, I wouldn't want to walk up on her because she's gonna cut me out, and I deserve it, especially if I'm holding her back from feeling this, feeling that, experiencing this, showing the rest of us that, creating her own heaven on earth. I mean, that's what the Star card does. Look at all these heavy hitters underneath, and that heavy hitter right in the middle, and then these two heavy hitters on the end. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. Keep it right here. It's all right here. There's nothing outside of this. Like, literally. And it's true. My human wants to just pluck certain things out of that eternal sign, but I can't. It's a part of me. They're a part of me. I can't reject them. I've got to embrace them as a part of the earth, air, fire, and water that I'm a part of. Ugh, it's a divine rule. It's a divine order inside myself. I know it. I can feel it. You all don't have to tell me. Priest didn't have to tell me. I can tell me right now where I'm at. Can't you? And that's the whole assertion Spirit wants you to go through. We were all feeling emotional. My human wanted to cry, wanted to hold all of your hands and be like, oh, I know. But then I got this empowerment talking to you guys about the magician, reminding myself, Michelle, the Oracle, about this, about it's all connected. We're all one. That's the thing. I cannot throw any of these people, ideas, old traditions. I can't pluck that outside of that eternal sign. They're a part of me. I know it. But I can use it inside me. And I can choose to be peaceful again, the human choosing to wear white. White doesn't imply perfection, it implies peaceful. Black doesn't imply chaos. Black actually implies peace as well. You can't tell me what's in black. You can't see it. You can't tell me if it's good or bad. So they're both peaceful, right? The black and the white. I just point that out because my little Darth Vader, who may to some people represent a dark side of the Force. You know, without that dark side, I can't have a light side. The magician knows that. And it knows, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it. But there's a reason for that. There's a reason why it's like that. Maybe they're not loved. Maybe they're not connected. I don't know what their reason is. I know mine, and that's all that matters. And I bless them, and I love them, and I don't try to keep them outside of my reality. Because if I do, this thing comes at me harder. in a really incredible way. So literally, your energy coming out. Trust yourself. Choose the peaceful route. You might have to put blinders on because emotionally, some of these things that you're going to have to cut out, your human might still be connected to. Old traditions, old ways. I don't want to let go of that rule. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, bless your heart. I know. I feel you. I feel you. It's okay. Shh, shh, shh. You can let go. It's all right. Right here. Right here. Listen. Now make that choice. Swords indicate clarity sometimes until you get to the 8s and the 9s and the 10s of swords. The older you get, the harder it is to pull this stuff out. The younger you are, you can actually trust your gut. At 2 years old, yeah, my granddaughter knew, should I fall off this couch or not? You know, and later on in life, we resist falling off a couch. So age doesn't always imply wisdom. It really doesn't. There's a lot of youngsters walking around right now who are so aware. They don't even need those blindfolds. That's what I love about them. Anyway, coming out of that wave. Woo! Love that crescent moon. Check your emotions, man. Check other people's emotions and just put love on all of it. We haven't judged any of this, so trust your gut. Choose peace. Cut away the bullshit. And just believe it. Like, this is what Spirit wants you to know. You asked for it, Jorah. You didn't want grayscale anymore. You wanted to go back to the queen and like help her out and finish her mission and finish yours. And he did, right? He did. Jorah finished his mission. He died at her side, protecting her, doing what he knew he came here to do. And he had to go through this fucking painful thing. Get rejected, go get Tyrion, come on back, get rejected again. Like, you know, this guy kept coming back. He's like, I ain't going to give up. I'm going to fulfill this destiny. I'm not going to try to pluck out any of this stuff. I'm going to keep it as part of my package and use it as a strength and an awareness and a knowledge. I love that message. So we're going to pick one last card from the Magdalene Oracle deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. This is one of my favorite oracle decks. It's just so peaceful, you know, not because it's feminine. Masculine can be awfully peaceful as well. Darth Vader was awfully loving of his son there in the last few seconds, yeah. So the Magdalene deck is very peaceful and loving, and I just wanted to pick one last card to send you off with one message, and I hope you all enjoyed the Ride the Wave. I feel all of you. Let's all write it together with this message. Like I said, even if it doesn't resonate with one human today, God, it resonated for me, and I feel so much better and empowered, and I know no matter what happens today, I'm being guided because I've done the journey. I've let Sam tear off all my skin. You know, I let the grayscale come off, and I realized it was beautiful and ugly all at the same time, and it was very purposeful, but a lot of it wasn't mine. A lot of it was ancestral grayscale. And now the divine has given me an opportunity to like move forward with a feeling of connection to it in this new vibration that we're all in of oneness. And I'm not separate from you. You might drive me crazy and I might roll my eyes at you, but I can't pluck you out of my infinity sign. You're a part of me. If I try to, the divine pulls all of us back in really tight, like sardines, and goes, here, until you guys get along, you know? Remember how the parents used to do that? Until you guys stop fighting, I'm going to lock y'all in a room. And if one of you all come out when 5 of you go in, well, it's kind of like that, you know? Not that Spirit doesn't love us. Spirit loves us more than you can even imagine right now. We can't even handle how much we're loved, but you're loved so much. Yeah, I'm going to cut this one time because it's this one right here. Revelation. Oh, my heart. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to put this right here. Revelation, and I'm going to read you all the message. Look at this card. It looks like there's an eyeball opening. And you're all going to perceive this in different ways. Some of you are going to see that thing in the what the hell's that movie? Lord of the Rings, like that eye of, I'm horrible at names. The eye of whatever his thing is, that thing that's always looking at you. Some of you are going to start to get triggered about money, that all-seeing eye. The revelation alone, some of you, Christians or those of you that were trained with a religion are going to be like, oh my God, the book of Revelation, Apocalypse, that triggers a whole other story. We all have our own little thing, But I see this as, again, that yellow. I'm being reborn. I'm being rebirthed. It's me and you and all of us. We're getting a shot to understand a truth right now. And it's going to be individual to you. I can't judge you for your path because you're going to call it something else, but it's going to feel the same as mine. So I can't judge it, and I can't pluck it outside of this thing. So whatever you get revealed, I am your father, like really talking about Darth Vader, right? Whatever gets revealed. The Area 51, who's really in charge, all that stuff. Revelation, it's going to trigger so many things. And Spirit's like, that's awesome. Yes, let that trigger you. Let that word trigger you and really go back and find out, what is that feeling about? What does this mean? Whatever your trigger or pathway of revelation. Anyway, let me read. Let me read the message, okay? I got my trusty glasses on, and I will read you the message of Revelation. Here it is in the book, if you all want to catch that screenshot, page 54 of the Magdalene Oracle book. So it says, you will soon find the answer you seek. Sit quietly, bring your focus to your breath and meditate. Pay attention to what you feel in your heart. The answer will surface from within. It is understandable that the current circumstance is creating anxiety and stress in your life. It is human nature to want to make sense of everything in our lives. However, don't waste your energy trying to figure everything out logically, for this will only cause further confusion. Trust the loving guidance within you and know that all unfolds in perfect time. All will fall into place over the coming 2 months. And that's so true about the eclipse we had yesterday. That energy is good for a good 2 months. I'm going to put about 6 months on it, and some truths are coming out, and they're going to be coming out through you, inside of you, and you're going to feel some discomfort like Jorah. You're going to feel some pain. You might want to bite down on something. You might want to scream. You might want to sit with your buddy and take a quick shot of something. Watch this feeling of abandonment, rejection. Check your emotions going in. Am I holding on to something? Am I doing something because that's the way it's always been, because my ancestors said that that's the way that I should feel about this? Or should I accept something else that's coming from within me, inside me? This isn't even Michelle the Oracle telling me, or the Leo King, or the Peace Dealer. Empress Gem, that's what I know you as, beloved. Phoenix Fire. Serious Joy, Christopher Witecki. All of you. We're all telling you these messages, but yours is going to be special to you. That's why this journey is so beautiful and why we want it for you so much. Peace be with all of you. I hope this helped. This too shall pass. I love you guys so much. Bye.